Today we're going to be drawing a simple koala bear. These are the basic shapes we'll be using as we draw. Let's get started. First, draw a circle for his head. Next, draw 2 circles on each side of the circle for his big ears. Notice that I'm drawing loose and light, that way if I mess up, I can easily make a quick change. Now you might think that this looks a lot like Mickey Mouse, or the Mickey Mouse logo. Mickey's ears actually come a little bit closer up here at the top. Our koala's ears need to be a little bit more to the side and down, but it's very similar. Now with this middle circle, I want it to be shaped so that the top is smaller than the bottom. So I'm just going to lightly sketch this so that it makes the shape that I want. There we go. Shape it just a little bit. Now the top is smaller than the bottom, which is what I want. This shape is a common design element with many cartoon characters, if you notice. I'm going to draw a line in between the bottom of the ears, and that'll be the line that I place my koala's eyes. One circle here, and then I'll draw my oval for his nose. The nose shape will be a little more square than our regular oval. I'll again have the top smaller than the bottom. Koalas have very interesting noses. There we go. Now I'll place 2 thin ovals for his eyebrows here. I'm going to draw these very thin. I like to draw little ovals instead of just lines. Next, I want to make him appear very fluffy. If I leave these lines smooth here, he will look a lot like Mickey Mouse, but we want to make him look fluffy, so I'm going to go to the top of the ear and follow this line out and curl it back. Then I'll come down and make 3 more curls. 1, 2, 3. Now those ears are fluffy. I'll draw an inner ear here, which is basically 2/3 of a circle. And then I'll come over and do the same thing on the other side. Here I'm trying to mimic this side. A curl here. Another curl. Another curl. Another curl. Next, I'll give him a tuft of hair at the top, and I do this shape very often when I have furry animals like cats and things. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm just going to go ahead and shade in his eyes, but I'm going to leave a small white circle at the top corner of his eyes, which indicates a light spot. I'm not shading his nose, just in case I have to make an adjustment later in the drawing. Now let's work on his body. His body is a bean shape, and I'll draw that really quick. It looks like a lima pea. Do you like lima peas? Yummy! Now we'll take this shape, place it just behind his head, and I need to make it a little more chubby, so I'm making it thicker. The very top here is hidden just behind the head shape. Next, I want to draw the tree line. I want to draw this very lightly so that I know what he's going to be holding on to. This is a beautiful, large, stretched out S-curve, if you notice, but I'm not adding any details yet. Now, where the arm starts, here at the shoulder, I'm going to draw a circle. Next, go up like that around the top of the shoulder and down, making a very small S curve down to the hand. At the hand, I'm going to make a smaller circle. Now I'm going to go ahead and draw his hip, which is another big circle. Then down for his foot and toes. I'm going to give him 3 toes. Then come back for the heel of his foot. Then back and around his rump. His fingers are going to be holding onto the tree, so I'm going to give him little fingers. I'm going to give him 3 fingers and a thumb. Since this is a simple and fun drawing, I'm not trying to be scientifically accurate. Come up from the arm, 1, 2, 3 fingers and a thumb. There we go. Nice little hand. Come back to the shoulder. All right. Now, I'll draw a little oval here for the hand that's on the other side of the tree. And I'm going to sketch out a little more of this tree so that I can show that he's holding on to it and know exactly where I need to place this hand. I'm simply making that S curve larger and mimicking that shape to draw out the other side of the tree limb. Now I see that I need to make that foot larger, so I'll erase this foot and make it bigger and make him grip that tree just a little bit more. Okay. I'm going to erase this construction line and indicate that this has a little more fluff on his chest. So I'm going to draw that shape out. Some curl, 1, 2. Now, on his hand, I'm going to give him 3 little fingers. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. So, 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to keep them the same size as the other fingers. There we go. He is looking so cute. Darken the line on the tree just a little bit. Now I'm using scratch lines so that the tree looks like it's scratchy, like tree bark. Oh, I see I forgot the other inner ear circle. So let me do that really quick. Notice that I can erase really easily because I've drawn lightly. Super big, huge skill that you need to practice and learn. Now we'll indicate that he has a color change with some curled lines. Here it looks like the number 3. Okay, now let's work on his mouth. Now for our friend's mouth, I'm going to use a wide W with small cheek indications. If you've seen my cat tutorial, you've seen me use this technique before. I use it often. Now you can tilt yours to the side, but I'm going to try and center mine. Messed up a little bit. I'm trying not to go too much past his nose, keep his mouth small. So the mouth is just right, and I'm going to shade in his nose now, because I know I'm not going to have to erase this. I'm shading with a zigzag shade. This is a technique you need to practice, and the more you cover a shape with the zigzag shade, the darker it'll get. I'm putting a small oval under his nose to indicate the gray and white change, the color change that koalas have. Now since this is cartoony, I'm going to draw a small thin oval at an angle on his cheeks. Of course, koalas don't have these. I'm just making this fun. Now, just like the ovals under his nose, I'm going to draw a color change indication behind his eyes. I like to do this with 3 curves. So around the eye, 1, 2, 3 curves. And on the other side here, 1, 2, 3, just like that. How is your koala looking? All right, we're almost done. A few more details. Next, I'm going to add some cheek fur. I'm going to follow this line down, fan it out to a small S curve, and then curl it back. So 1, 2, 3, and then the same thing on the other side. Down, 1, 2, 3. Why are we doing this? Because we want him to look fluffy. Now I'm going to add some long, light lines to indicate the tree's growth texture here. It's just like a stick. The last thing, if you want, you can add some very light leaf shapes all around the tree like this. All right. Now, a little koala bear trivia. Does anyone know what koala bears love to eat? Eucalyptus. That's right. Somebody out there got it. I heard you. Now, I do want to make this oval a little lighter here under his mouth, under his nose. Kind of look like a mustache, right? Tiny little shade above his nose. Okay. How does your koala look? Is he super cute? Remember to like and subscribe to this channel. Also, consider supporting this project on Patreon.